Caliber, thank you for joining me again on Reality Era. I have my special guest here today. Most of you call him CJ, Kenneth Bazemore. Like, which one do you prefer?
Doesn't make a difference, man, because I've been called all of them, but CJ's fine.
You know, I was confused a few times. I was looking on my Facebook and Kenneth and Kenny keeps popping up. Like, I don't know which one to contact.
Yeah, but either one, you know, and you can get in touch with me with either one.
Indeed. So how's everything going with you? How you doing?
It's coming along fine, you know. Just had 3 surgeries, you know, so that's why I'm not working, you know, as much as I want to, but, you know, the surgery seems like it's coming along. Not as fast as I want it, but it's coming along, you know, you gotta be patient, you know.
That's a good thing. Definitely gotta be healthy so you can be out there and active. For those of the people out there that don't know, how'd you get into photography?
Well, I got into photography. There was a guy named Nick Benjamin. He lived in 2370. And there was a guy named Rob. They lived in 2370. Always saw them with cameras, you know, and their work was superb. You know, they had good work. And I always told myself I wanted to be a photographer, but I never pursued it.
Right.
And one day, my brother, he had an apartment up on 120th, you know, between 2nd and 3rd. Came downstairs, there was a pawn shop, you know, right around the corner, 119 and 120th, and I looked in there was a camera, a Canon A1. I went and I purchased it, you know, and after that was all she wrote, you know.
Never put it down.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, when I first got it, I put a roll of 36 in. I got one shot out of a roll of 36 because I thought it was just a point and shoot. You know, I didn't know the f-stops come with it, you know, the shutter speed, you know, depth of field, all that other stuff. Like, yo, you know, what? Every time I seen a photographer with a camera, I went up to him, I'm an upcoming photographer, I said, okay, if you can give me some pointers. Then he just started throwing it on my lap, you know, and as time went on, you know, I got better and I got better, you know, and, you know, that camera took me places where I never thought I'd be, you know?
That's good, man. A lot of people don't escape the society they live in, you know, it's like definitely an outlet for most people. How to help you, you know, diversify yourself from the times, you know, it was a different era back then,
right.
You know.
See, back then, what I was doing, I was selling drugs. I was even getting high at that time, you know, and you know, just keep playing with I kept playing with the camera, First of all, God took the drugs away from me, you know, and I got rid of the drugs. Then the camera came, and you know, as I got better and better, it took away the drugs, you know, the selling part, you know, because I was making just as much as money that I would have been if I was selling drugs. So it was a no-brainer. You know, let me mess with this camera. There's less headaches. You know, I ain't got to be worrying about no police. I ain't got to worry about none of that. And then, see, I got kids. So it's like, order for them to be a man, they got to see a man. You know, and I was doing that to survive because I didn't prepare myself, you know, to be like in a class to do anything else because I chose not to go to school. You know, so where else you gonna be but on the corner? The same guys I said I'm not gonna be, you know, I'm not gonna be on the corner like them. I was either with them or I was there after them. You know, and then through the, you know, messing with that camera, I started selling $2 pictures, and it wasn't to make money. It was just so I can pay for the film. You know, and the developer, yeah, you know, and as time went on, and from there, I'm doing baby showers, doing sweet 16s, you know, I'm doing weddings, and I'm jumping in, and I'm like, you know what? You know, people don't see what you see, you know, when you shoot, you know what I'm saying? All they want to do is see themselves in the center, you know, and as time, you know, went on, I showed photographers my work, and they were just pointing out mistakes, like, you know, you're chopping this person's foot off, you're chopping the arm off, you're doing all that, but the work looked nice, you know, but, and then it showed me the format of it. So now, when I shoot, whatever I shoot is what I want to see when I develop that picture. So I crop inside my camera. You know, and a lot of photographers, they don't do that, and they have to, you know, spend 2-3 hours on the computer. I don't have to do that because, you know, I trained myself to shoot the way I want to see that picture when it's developed. You know, so.
It's good, you know, that comes with time.
Yeah, definitely, you know.
You know, and that's another thing that's changed with the past and the future, you know. When you guys were coming up, there was time to learn these traits. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but everybody's popping up with a camera all of a sudden. Like it's a new phase. How do you feel about that?
Yeah. I mean, I'm proud of them, you know what I'm saying? Because there's so many other routes that they could be taken. You know, so I know there was a lot of people who picked up that camera after they see me with it. You know, and this is what people point out to me. I didn't even look at it, you know, and it was like, I'd rather see them do that than to go out there, you know, and try to get another dollar, you know, and a lot of these young guys coming up after me are great with that camera, you know, and with the video, with the camera, and people used to come up to me and want to sell me their camera. And I just say, let me show you how to use the camera, because it might change your life the way it changed mine. But, you know, some people, you know, act like they wanted to learn, and they came back, you know, I'm going to sell it, and I bought it. But, you know, why would I, you know, let a good camera go by when I know you're not really going to get into it anyway, you know? So, you know, I bought it, but then there's a lot of people that I've seen with a camera. I walked up to them, asked them, you know, how long they've been shooting, and just, you know, tell them just keep shooting. And you rather, when you see something, you rather shoot it than don't use it, than don't shoot it and can't use it. You know, so you just gotta, you know, and it will come to you. The funny part, you know, I took my kids and my wife, we went down to the Mountain Museums, and Gordon Parks had an exhibit. And when we got in there, there was nowhere to pay. So, well, we didn't know where to pay. So we went in, seen the whole exhibit. Told my wife, I said, take the kids out, and I'm gonna go find, you know, where to pay. My 2 kids said, Daddy, we've seen it, what are you gonna pay for? And I said to myself, if they're gonna learn how to be slick, they ain't gonna learn it from me. I went and I paid. My family stayed outside. As I was walking out, I bumped into the Gordon Parks. You know, and if I would have been slick, I'd have missed that, you know, missed out on the opportunity. So I spoke to him, told him I'm an upcoming photographer, could he give me any pointers? He said, keep shooting what you love. So I'm like, come on, this guy just hit me with that, you know, but it wasn't about me that day, it was about him, you know, so I couldn't really get too mad, you know, but when we got outside, I asked him if it was okay if I could take a picture of him and my family. And he said, sure. So I took a picture of him. He told his photographer, take my camera so I can get in, and took a picture, you know, with my whole family, you know, and it's like, when you do right, you get right, you know what I'm saying? And it was just like, that opportunity, man, I would never forget, you know, and there's one of the guys, one of the greatest guys that ever touched a camera. I had an opportunity, you know, just to converse with for a minute, take a picture with. What more could you ask for? You know what I'm saying? And you up and coming, right. You know? And it just motivated me a little more, you know. And as time went on, as I kept shooting, I understood what he said by shooting what you love. You know what I'm saying? And it just comes to you, you know. And one thing about photography is like, you're taking pictures of people at the happiest times of their life, you know, and to be a part of that with different people, you know, you get to share that with, you know, what more could you ask for, you know, and it's a great thing, and photography is like a conversation piece. I shoot something, you might see it one way, I might see it another way. You know, we just talk about, you know, what that, different views, and you know, that's what I love about photography.
That's awesome. All right, we'll be right back after these messages, and I pay those bills. Welcome back to Reality Era. I'm still your host, Chris Caliber, and I'm here with CJ, and we're talking about photography. We're talking about the past. We're talking about the future. We're talking about it all. But why don't you tell us about some of your great moments? You know, some of those great shots you got, some of the great people you got to meet. You know, fill up people in that don't know you. You know, those little chosen moments.
Okay. Well, one of my best moments was, it was like 100 photographers, you know, and we all was trying to, you know, get in this exhibit, you know, and it took us a year to get it all together. And at the end, there was only 25 photographers left. And I was happy to be one of those 25. I didn't give up, you know, and the shots that I presented, you know, for that event, all the other photographers, nah, that's not gonna work, that's not gonna work. So I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna put them in anyway. And it was at the Schomburg Library. It was for Black History, it was for Black History Month. You know, so I presented those pictures, and mind you, these guys shot for the Essence magazines, they shot for the New York Knicks. These were some real high-powered photographers, and that's what made me intimidated, because this was my first exhibit. You know, and I'm just saying, you know, I had other photographers like, yo, you got what it takes, so keep coming, you know, and I'm like, ain't no way in the world they're gonna pick me, you know, over these photographers.
You never know.
So, being that it wasn't for no money, a lot of photographers, you know, that they backed out because they said, I can go do something else. But mind you, they've done, you know, they've done a lot of, you know, exhibits before. This is my first opportunity. And to have it in the Schomburg, what more could I ask for? So I kept going. I presented 10 pictures. They put up 9. They took all of my pictures, all 10, but they only put up 9. And I'm like, for the first exhibit, they taking 9, and when it finally, you know, the day came, and I got to see my mother look at those pictures on the wall. So sorry. So it's like, I don't even know how to put it, like, but my mother, she's the world to me, you know, and I try, you know, I mean, I've done a lot of things coming up that, you know what I'm saying, that I'm not proud about, you know what I'm saying, and it drove her crazy, like, you know, as coming up, but I thank God that my mother got to see me do good before she leaves the earth, you know what I'm saying? It's like, even my father was my main man. When my father died, I was at peace, because the relationship me and my father had, you know what I'm saying? My father was my man, you know, and to have both of my parents see me do something good, you know what I'm saying? And my mother seen me do a lot of good things, but it's just that was just one moment that made me, you know, so proud, you know, and when we went inside, my wife counting the pictures, and it was only 9. She said, well, where's the other picture? I'm like, do you think I care about what other picture is? I got 9 on this wall.
Right.
You know, some photographers that have been doing it for years got 2, they got 3, you know, and it's like, I think it was 2 other photographers that had more than me. You know what I'm saying? And to me, that was a big moment, you know, and they featured that exhibit for 5 months. So, you know, going there a couple of days, you know, out the week and meeting people, you know, answering the questions, you know, what made me take the shot and all that other stuff, made me feel, you know, I felt good. Then I even was on New York 1, being that I was the youngest photographer, they let me explain the exhibit, you know, on New York 1. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you know what more could I ask? But I was on a high horse at that time. You know what I'm saying? You know, so it just got to a point where that was one of my biggest moments. And then I did a Wall Street project for Jesse Jackson. You know, it was a Rainbow Push. You know, we had wow, who was down there? We had Martin Luther King kids down there. We had Judge Mathis. We had Johnny Cochran was down there. Grasso, the guy who was in charge of Wall Street, and who else we had? We had the lawyer, what's his name? Willie Gary. You know, all these big figures, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, now I'm on the floor where they ring the bell. And I asked myself a question, I'm like, what am I doing here? Like, you know what I'm saying?
How did it get here?
And then, you know what came to me? Why not you? You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody can do it. If everybody else can do it, why you can't do it? You know, and ever since that, it just built up my character. I mean, it just made me, you know, appreciate, you know, the opportunities. And they were just young man. I'm glad I couldn't leave him out. You know what I'm saying? This young man, he changed my whole life in photography. You know, his name is Mr. Bernard Mills. I met him, me and my wife went into the furniture store on Lexington Park on 125th Street. You remember, you know, on the same side of that big church, that Spanish church?
Yeah.
Upstairs I had the camera, and me, you know, he asked me was I a photographer. I told him, yeah. But I was just starting out, you know, and we were sitting there, we were talking, you know, and he just really liked me as a person. So he said, give me your phone number because I'm a photographer and there's a lot of events that I can't get to. I'm going to let you do it. Okay. And this guy had me all over Harlem, political events. I'm going to Lennox Lounge. I'm doing events. They had an all-black, you know, what you call these guys, agents. You know, they were sport agents, you know, and these guys had cash, man, and to see all black, you know, agents, I'm like, you would think, you know, all the agents is Caucasian, you know what I'm saying? But these guys are sharper than their nail. I'm talking about, the suits that they had on, Chris. Oh, man, you were like, man, this guy, he got 3 guys from the football league, he got 2 from the baseball, he got 1 from the basketball, 1 dude. So you know how much money he
he's pulling in.
Yeah, but the only thing that I didn't like about that, they didn't have no high school kids there to see, you know what I'm saying, what they doing, you know, and to me that was the only thing that came to my mind. I'm like, yo, why they don't have, it was Jerome Bennis, you know, it was one of the Wayne brothers, it was mad people there. But they didn't have the kids, you know, and I'm like, it's like, to me, it defeated the purpose.
Somebody has to see the effort that's going
just to push, you know, and hey, these guys, you know, they getting ready to go to college, you know, and they playing basketball or whatever. They don't even think about it being, you know, there is somebody like me that can help me, you know what I'm saying, with my money or whatever the case may be. But, you know, it is what it is, you know, but I definitely enjoyed that event, you know, and it was just numerous. I did a lot of celebrity events, you know, I took a lot of pictures with different celebrities. Me and Maya Angelou, we downtown. I'm not. we downtown, right, at Motown Cafe. You know, Ashford and Simpson, they had a birthday party. So I'm out there, you know, taking pictures. I don't know if it was raining. I doubt if it was raining, but Maya Angelou came out and she was wet, you know, from, I guess, having a good time inside or whatever. And I said, Miss Angelo, I'm an upcoming photographer. Do you mind if I take a picture of you? She said, no, sweetheart, I'm all wet and everything. And she gave me a kiss. So now I go to downtown, the African burial site. I see Miss Maya Angelou. I seen her. I said, hello, Miss Angelou. She said, hello. I said, Miss Angelou, we was at Motown Cafe and I asked you for a picture. You told me it wasn't the right moment, but you gave me a kiss. I still have the kiss. Do you mind if I get the picture? And she just smiled and then she let me take the picture. You know, sometimes you have to like reinforce the people. You know what I'm saying? They don't really mind you taking pictures, but your presentation, right. You know, you can't run up on them and stuff like that. You know, and intimidate them or keep taking 1,000 pictures. I did that with Isaac Hayes. Follow him all over the place. You know what he told me? Yo, my man, come on, man. What you gonna do, man? You done took 40 pictures already, man. You know, gotta get a break. You know what I'm saying? And he was right, you know, but that taught me, like, you know, you gotta give these people their space. You know, once you get what you got, and if they tell you no, it's next time. Right. You know, you don't have to have a paparazzi attitude. You sit back and you just tell them, okay, you have a nice day, you know, maybe next time. And then you just refresh their memory, you got a location, and 9 out of 10 you get the shot. But if you, you say black boy, you don't want to deal with you. But when you ever see a celebrity and he got bodyguards, don't never ask the bodyguards till you take a shot. Because they gonna order, their job is to push you away.
Tell them you know
I had to learn that, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, yo, let me get a shot, but back up. I seen LL one day, I said, LL, let me get a shot. He turned around and gave it to me. One time, I seen T.I. Nothing but guys around. T.I., let me get a shot. Turned around, gave me a shot. Jay-Z, once you talk to them personally, they'll give it to you. They love taking shots. Puffy love taking shots, you know what I'm saying? Nas, all of them. But you have to talk to them. And then, if there is a bodyguard that you do get a chance to conversate with, you tell them, say, yo, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take a picture of you and him together, and I'm gonna give you the picture, and you can build up your portfolio, and you just let me get a shot. Ooh, they don't care, you know. And then you give me a card, and they call you when they have different people, and you come and they'll let you get the shots, you know. So there's ways to get in, but you don't have to really, you know, use your head, you know, and you can get all the shots in the world, you know. They'll call you every event they at. You ain't even got to know about it, you know. But you got to come up with a system to deal with them, you know. And it's easy, you know. But I mean, photography changed my life, man, you know. And I thank God for it, man, because it took me places, man, where I never thought I'd be, you know. And it's like my kids can open up a magazine, or they can go somewhere and say, okay, this is what my father done. I've been in the Source, I'm deep with the Fed, the Felon, I've been in High Times, I've been in major publications, you know, so it's like, you know, that's something that I'm proud of, you know, open up a book, my name is at the bottom, you know, but do you know the first person that I broke a leg, you know how they say break a leg in showbiz? I broke a leg with, and that was Big Pun. When Big Pun passed away, I went up to his to the funeral. They said, you can come and you can take all the shots you want, but you can't take none of the casket. So, ooh, no problem. Took the pictures of the flower arrangements. They had this big little, you know, painting of them. I shot that. You know, I shot outside and all that, and I even shot them bringing him into the hearse. Yeah, no, not the hearse, bringing them into the funeral home.
Oh, okay.
So I caught that, you know, and then I sent everything except, you know, the picture of him you know, with all of it to the sauce. I waited, you know, and I seen the pictures, but I'm like, oh, these pictures look like mine. But I didn't see my name. And then I showed it to my man Pupo, and Pupo looked at it and said, yo, bring your name right here. I went crazy, you know what I'm saying? And that was my first time, you know, ever, you know, having something, you know, inside the magazine. Then after that was all she wrote. Like, I was just sending everything, and the people were just, you know, they was taking it. But what I didn't know was when they pay you, like I thought, you know, once you submit it, they pay you. But what they do with companies is they allocate checks one time a month, so they can keep control of the finances. I didn't know that. I'm like, yo, where's my money? I'm calling up, yo, where's my money? You know what I'm saying? And as time went on, I found out that's how they do it. You know, but I'm lucky I ain't get blackballed. You know what I'm saying? Because I was a pest. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't know, yo. Y'all know. I mean, all I know, they were supposed to pay me for that. You know what I'm saying? Then they sent me a check. And then, you know, my man told me, he said, yo, my man, they only allocate, you know, checks once a month. You know, so they can keep up with the finances. A guy named TC, you know, he taught me a lot, you know. Him, Bernard, they took me around the back of the Apollo, you know, and celebrities used to come. But Bernard used to work for the Apollo, so he used to let us get pictures of them on the stage right before the curtains open. Got a mean picture of the original Destiny Child, got a big picture of Pun. I got mean pictures of, you know, different artists, you know, right before, but if it wasn't for Bernard, I wouldn't have been able to get those pictures, man. God bless his dead. Bernard passed away, but he was a good dude.
Right. So, with your work, I mean, you've obviously been doing it for years. You have experience and everything. When can we expect an outing, a showcase of your greatest hits, you know, your upcoming things?
Okay, I'm going to try to do one before the one that I have scheduled. I got one scheduled in August inside the library on 125th Street. You know, I got me and my son, we're going to do an exhibit. I have an autistic son, you know, and all of the artwork he did in school, I'm going to frame, and we're going to do, you know, a father and son exhibit. I'm going to have my pictures on one side, he's going to have his pictures on one side, you know, and let him explain his pictures, and I explain mine, you know. I just want to, you know, incorporate him. You know, he's my man, good dude, so. You know, he got some work that I like, so why not?
You gotta give them opportunities early.
Definitely, man. You know, and he's a kid, man. Like, I don't know, man. It's a blessing to me. Like, he changed my whole life. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. A lot of people be saying, you know, oh, you're a great father, you this and that. He's a great son. You know what I'm saying? All my kids is good. Don't get me wrong, but with him. That's my dude, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, he changed my life because certain decisions that I was making, I don't dare to make today, you know, because I know it's going to affect him in some type of way. I know it would affect me, you know, really, but if it's going to hurt him, I'm going to try to do everything to protect him, you know, you know, and I can, like, say, for instance, if I do a party and he sleep, he'll knock on my door, ask my wife, is my father in there? She said, yeah, open the door, let me see him. He come put his hand on my forehead, Daddy, you okay? And walk out. And my wife said, yeah, I'm gonna kill both of y'all, you know what I'm saying? But that's my man, you know.
Everybody gets one, you know, it's always one that's like that.
Man,
That's good.
I'm blessed, man.
Let me ask you a random question. You know, I ask everybody this random question. You've lived through a few presidential elects. How do you feel about this guy running our country right now? You know,
right now, it's like having him, you know, run our country. It just, I think he's going to get impeached. You know, and it was just a waste of time for me to even, you know, for us to even have him as a president. You know, first of all, he has a lot of great talent around him. But he might as well be all those positions because you don't listen to nobody and he's doing things his way.
Right.
So you can run this country by yourself. You know, I mean, it's crazy, man. I don't think he's gonna make it, man. You know,
I hope he doesn't.
It's crazy. You know, it's like, I don't even know, but you know, nothing surprised me when it comes to America.
Right.
You know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
It's a different place.
Yeah. Oh, I don't even want to get into the political thing. It's like, man, please.
Well, we have a platform for that too. We definitely gonna have you come back and get on #BCC where we talk nothing but politics.
Okay.
That's a whole nother thing. Where can they find you? Where can they see your work online? You know, if they need to contact you for a gig. Okay,
well, the name of my company is Caught You Looking. Telephone number is 646-327-9791. You know, I'm on Facebook, you know, Kenny Bazemore, or Kenneth Bazemore. I'm on Instagram, it's CJ820, and it's CEEJAY820. You know, y'all can hit me up there, you know, look at some of my work, you know, and if it's a wedding, sweet 16, whatever it is, you call me, I bring the work over, I let you see it, and then we just take it from there. And I guarantee you, if you call me for any event, you have your pictures back the next day. I guarantee you that.
That's that flash work.
You know, you have your proofs back. You know, some people out of their weddings for, and they pick the package. I brought them the proofs. Where's my big pictures? Miss, it's not my job to pick out the pictures that you want.
Right.
I had a man give me $200 extra because his wife cursed me out. But
that's a good bonus.
I didn't mind.
Exactly, like, that's a good win.
I'm telling you, you know, but he just felt bad, you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, the lady really let me have it, you know, and me being respectful as I am, you know, I just hold on to it and just try to explain it to her. You know, it's not my job to pick out the pictures. I don't know what's important to you. You know what I'm saying? This is your day. You have to pick them out. And then she understood it or whatever. She apologized or whatever. You know, people take you there, man. I'm telling you, man. You know,
especially in this field, it's different.
You know.
Well, appreciate you coming to sit with me.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you, man. You know,
this
I
platform.
enjoyed it, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, this is my first one, man. So I'm glad you know.
I appreciate that.
Done it with you, you know. I appreciate it, man. You're very professional. You know, and I thank you for your time, man.
Yeah, you definitely got to come back and get on that.
I appreciate you anytime, man.
So, Chris Caliber, CJ, Reality Era. Do what you want to do so you can do what you have to do.